Hello, in today's demonstration, I'm going to be painting with the Brayer, and I'm going to explore neutral colors. I've got yellow ochre, Naples yellow, and raw sienna as my limited color palette, and I'm going to be exploring those neutral colors on a higher contrasting fluorescent turquoise background that I prepared ahead of time, and I've taped it off in sections, so I have 3 compositions I'm going to work on. And I'm going to start with the yellow ochre first. And this is a great spontaneous way to explore color interaction. Dip my brayer in a little bit of paint, and I'm going to roll it forwards and then to the side to get that paint evenly coated on my brayer. And then just going to spontaneously and randomly roll this paint out. I can do a curve here. I can do shorter, smaller shapes. And as I'm going along, I want to make sure I leave some of that background color showing through. I'm going to push it towards a more neutral color composition, but I want that turquoise blue to show through. It will be rather transparent, but I can keep layering to build it up to more opaque if I want. And I can use, this is a kind of a scratch art stick. I can scratch through to reveal that first layer of turquoise. I have to move kind of quickly though, because the paint is so thin, it dries pretty rapidly. Okay, now I'm going to go on to the lighter Naples yellow. And I do not bother to wash my brayer in between. I just keep going. If I want to get rid of some of the paint on my brayer, I can roll it off on a piece of paper off to the side. So I can overlap colors. I'm doing this purposely so you can see when I scratch through. Now it's more of the yellow ochre color. I'm going to see when I do the Sgrafitto. Okay, now I'm going to go on to my raw sienna, a little bit darker. If I tap straight down, I'll just get a nice distinct line. I can use a palette knife to do a little side scraping and sgraffito. Okay, now I'm going to bring in, I've got it pretty well filled in. I'm going to bring in a lighter turquoise, not the same as the bottom color, a little bit lighter. So I pushed that back by rolling on top. I softened that, and then I didn't want it to completely disappear. So then I scraped some of it off with the side of my palette knife. And I'm looking that things seem like overall pretty well balanced or integrated. So this is a good foundation. And then I decide, do I want to bring in, for more contrast, this darker turquoise? Do I want a little pop of red? That may be a bit much. Do I want a little pop of orange? I think maybe. I think I'm going to start with that. And the temptation would be to get a brush out now. I could, but I want to keep it loose. I want to see how much I can do with just the brayer and that small palette knife. Now, if I tip my brayer to the side, I can get a really sharp orange line, because I don't want to overdo it with the orange. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Just going to do So tipping my brayer to the side. And I'm making those lines. There seems to be like a curve movement here, a diagonal movement that way. That's how I'm deciding where those lines go. If you get carried away here. Okay, I'm going to stop on that. I am going to roll off this orange paint on a paper towel so I can go to that darker turquoise. And then I think I'll call it good. Okay, here's the deep turquoise. Yeah, I'm just going to do the side of this brayer, but I'm tipping it down a little bit further so I get a little bit of a thicker blob or line. Okay, like this I don't really care for, but remember, these are studies, and later on I can come back and uh, make adjustments. Okay, I think I'm going to stop right there. So I've got a nice structure, and then later I could come back in and adjust the colors. All righty.